There's a moment, right before everything falls apart, when the truth is still hiding in plain sight. For Daniel Freddy, that moment came on a quiet Tuesday morning when he received a court document he never signed. Daniel Freddy was not a careless man. He built his life slowly, carefully, brick by brick. By his mid-30s, he had built a thriving logistics company in Ohio. Nothing flashy, just reliable contracts, clean records, and one rule he never broke: trust only a few. At the center of that trust was Clark Main. They had been friends for over 10 years, not just business partners, brothers. Main handled operations, Freddy handled finances, and together they built something that worked, or at least something that looked like it worked. The envelope arrived without warning, no call, no explanation, just a stamped court notice. Freddy opened it casually at first, then stopped. His eyes went back to the first page, then the second, then the signature page. His name was there. Freddy signed, stamped, and filed. He stared at it for a long time because he had never seen that document before in his life. The document was a lawsuit filed against him, alleging breach of contract, fraud, and unauthorized diversion of company funds. The claimant? A company he recognized, a contract he had personally approved months earlier. But something wasn't right. The numbers were different. The agreement terms had changed. And worst of all, the document claimed he had approved everything. His signature said so. Freddy called Main immediately. "Main, did we sign a revised contract with Apex Dune Logistics?" There was a pause, just a second too long. "Yeah," Main replied. "Small adjustment, nothing serious." Freddy's voice hardened. "I didn't sign anything." Another pause, longer this time. "You probably forgot," Main said. And just like that, something shifted. Freddy went back through every record, every email, every file, and slowly a pattern began to emerge. Documents he didn't remember approving, transactions slightly off, dates that didn't match. Nothing obvious, nothing loud, just small inconsistencies, the kind you only notice when you stop trusting the person beside you. Freddy hired a lawyer, Marguerite Bells, a sharp, uncompromising, the kind of person who didn't accept surface answers. She studied the document quietly, then looked up. "This signature," she said, "it's either yours or someone has been practicing being you for a very long time." Freddy didn't smile. "Can you prove it's fake?" he asked. Marguerite leaned back. "That's the problem," she said. "Right now, it looks real." As the case progressed, more details surfaced. Emails sent from Freddy's account, approvals he never gave, instructions he never issued, but everything traced back to him. Everything. Even his digital signature matched. And the more he tried to defend himself, the worse it looked. Freddy finally confronted Main in person. "You've been signing documents in my name." Main didn't react immediately. Then he laughed. "Do you hear yourself?" he said. "This is stress talking." Freddy stepped closer. "Look at me and say it's not true." Main did, and for the first time in 10 years, Freddy couldn't read him. Marguerite uncovered something unexpected, a secondary authorization system, installed months earlier. It allowed approvals to be processed remotely with biometric confirmation, fingerprint, password, device access, all linked to Freddy. But here's the problem. These approvals were made while Freddy was out of the country. Someone had access to everything: his accounts, his signature, his identity. But that kind of access wasn't random. It was intimate. It meant one thing: whoever did this was close, very close. The trial began. The evidence was clean, precise, convincing. On paper, Daniel Freddy was guilty. Every document pointed to him. Every transaction confirmed it. Even the signature experts hesitated. "It's consistent," one of them said. "Too consistent." Marguerite wasn't convinced. Someone is not just framing you, she said. They're replacing you. Freddie frowned. What does that even mean? Marguerite leaned forward. It means they're not trying to prove you did it. They're making sure no one can prove you didn't. The night before the final hearing, Marguerite found something. A log file, hidden, buried deep in the system. It showed access to the timestamps, device IDs, user activity, and one entry stood, an login attempt from inside the office at a time when only one person was present. Freddie sat alone that night, the document in front of him, the signature, the evidence, and one question that refused to leave. Not who did it, but why they did it. The courtroom was silent. The judge asked one final question. Do you have anything to say before judgment is passed? Freddie stood slowly. He looked across the room at the evidence, at the lawyers, and finally at Maine. Their eyes met, and at that moment, something passed between them. Recognition, or guilt, or something else entirely. Freddie took a breath and spoke. I know who did this. The courtroom froze. Marguerite turned sharp. The judge leaned forward. Then say it, he said. Freddie didn't answer immediately. Instead, he smiled, not with relief, not with fear, but with something deeper, something unsettling. And then he said, no. Silence. The judge frowned. What do you mean, no? Freddie looked back at Maine and said quietly, because the truth won't save anyone. Some betrayals aren't exposed because both sides have something to lose.